Somewhere right now, an AI is deciding what you're allowed to see. Not a human, not a moderator, a machine. It's scanning your feed, your searches, your messages, and silently removing entire realities before you ever know they existed. And the scariest part? You don't get to know who programmed its rules. Because once you see how AI censorship actually works, you won't ever look at your screen the same way again. AI censorship doesn't start with the algorithm. It starts with someone deciding what the algorithm should fear. A team in a room, a document no one gets to read, a list of undesirable outputs that becomes the machine's moral compass. AI moderation systems, from TikTok to YouTube to search engines, are trained on enormous datasets of good and bad content. But here's the part no one talks about. Who builds those datasets? Who decides what counts as good or bad? Because it isn't you. And it isn't the AI. It's the people you never see. In 2023, Stanford researchers exposed that major AI models were being shaped by tens of thousands of outsourced labelers, many working under NDAs, paid a few dollars an hour, told to reinforce rules they weren't allowed to question. These workers became the ghostwriters of truth. If the training data defines the limits of reality, then whoever labels the data defines the limits of thought. And here's the twist. Most AI censorship isn't about removing dangerous content. It's about removing uncertain content. Anything ambiguous, unverified, politically sensitive, morally questionable, or even potentially uncomfortable. The machine doesn't need proof of harm. It only needs a probability score. What we're left with is not a safer internet, but a filtered one. An internet shaped by caution, liability, and invisible risk scores that no user ever gets to see. Once countries realized AI was controlling the flow of information, they didn't hesitate. Every major government now influences AI censorship, some subtly, some aggressively. Regulators demand guardrails. Agencies insist on national security filters. Political groups pressure companies for responsible alignment. But here's what almost no one understands. AI censorship doesn't change with elections. It survives them. Once a rule is encoded into a model, it becomes part of the model's behavior forever unless retrained from scratch. Censorship becomes fossilized, permanent, inherited by every future version. A leaked EU moderation draft from 2024 showed proposals for automated removal of content undermining institutional trust, algorithmically detectable misinformation, and emotionally manipulative political narratives. Not illegal content, not violent content, just undesirable content. Now multiply that by every major world power. China demands ideological filters. The US demands safety filters. Europe demands misinformation filters. And each insists its censorship is the correct one, which leaves AI companies with a simple choice. Either you bend or you lose the market. If AI systems must obey every nation's rules, do they end up obeying no one's truth? But the strangest part is what happens behind the scenes. Companies now train multiple versions of the same AI. One for each region, one for each political climate, one for each ideological demand. Your AI doesn't just speak your language, it speaks your country's worldview. What you search for in London returns a subtly different truth than the same search in Seoul or Berlin or Los Angeles. AI isn't global anymore, it's territorial, and truth is becoming a matter of geography. Let's pull back the curtain on the systems doing the censoring. Most people imagine a single AI making these decisions, but the real picture is far more complex and far more unsettling. There are 3 layers of AI censorship. 1. Pre-filter models. These scan your content before you post it. If they don't like what you wrote, it disappears silently. No warning, no trace. 2. Live moderation models. These decide in milliseconds whether your video, message, or comment gets suppressed, downranked, delayed, or shadow banned. You never get notified. 3. Post-filter retrieval models. These rewrite your feed in real time to remove ideas the system thinks you shouldn't see. This is the part people misunderstand. Censorship doesn't remove posts. It removes visibility. Your content might exist, but the algorithm buries it under millions of other posts until it's effectively gone. Internal documents from Meta's Tier 0 safety team revealed that entire categories of content could be visibility reduced without user-facing justification. In other words, your post is invisible, and you're not allowed to know why. But AI censorship is evolving again. It's no longer just blocking content, it's starting to rewrite it, adjusting tone, softening language, suggesting safer phrasing, subtly nudging you toward what the system considers acceptable expression. This is the beginning of soft control, where you never feel censored because you censor yourself. I still remember the first time one of my own posts got flagged, not deleted, just temporarily reduced for safety. No explanation, no appeal, just a quiet message reminding me that even online, someone or something was watching. And I realized, censorship doesn't need force. It only needs silence. The biggest revelation comes now. AI isn't censoring you. It's modeling the people who want to censor you. Behind every safety guideline, every red flag, every forbidden phrase, there's a human committee, a boardroom, a government advisory panel, a risk prevention task force, a private alignment lab, a political pressure group, a financial stakeholder. These are the real architects of digital reality. The AI just enforces their decisions at unimaginable scale. And here's the part almost no one talks about. No two companies agree on what the truth is. But every company agrees on what the user must never see. The system isn't aligned to morality. It's aligned to liability. It's not protecting you. It's protecting itself. And that leads us to the final, most uncomfortable question. If AI models the worldview of whoever trains it, then who gets to train the next generation of AI? Tech companies, governments, corporations, the loudest activists, the richest donors, or the people who actually use the technology? Right now, the answer is simple. Not you. If this made you think differently about who controls your screen, hit the like button. It helps more people see what's being hidden before it disappears. Subscribe to become part of the Unlocked, and join us for weekly deep dives into the breakthroughs reshaping what it means to be human. If someone you know still thinks censorship is just a safety feature, share this episode with them. They might be trusting a system built to decide for them. AI Unlocked explores how artificial intelligence is reshaping our world. Explained simply, visually, and without hype. Because the future isn't coming. It's already here.